Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken dips. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
We're gonna eat pizza from Casey's and watch the football games. Yeah, enjoy the season with delicious Casey's Pizza. 2 tasty pizzas for big game days.
Now at Casey's, you can get 2 large single-topping pizzas with delicious made-from-scratch dough for $9.99 each with promo code DOUBLE.
Casey's here for good. Yeah!
Uncle Tim, some friends and I are getting together this weekend. Can you buy us some alcohol?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Come on, it'll be low-key. My friends always say you're cooler than other adults.
Oh, well, all right. But don't let your mother find out and don't get caught. Hello, officer. What can I help you with?
Are you the uncle of Samantha?
Yes. Is she okay?
You're under arrest for procuring alcohol from minors. One of the minors drove drunk and killed the mother of 2 last night in a crash. You're looking at up to 3 years in jail and a $10,000 fine.
Don't make the same mistake he did. We need you to be the responsible adult. Underage drinking, adult consequences. There's no free ride if you provide. Learn more at projectextramile.org.
Sponsored by Region 6, Nebraska DHHS, and SAMHSA. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Venue at Home is your answer for locally made, freshly prepared meals delivered to your door every week. Our meals come ready to heat and eat. With sizes for 2 people or 4, Venue at Home is perfect for busy people who want a quick, easy, and delicious meal option to share with your roommates or feed the whole family. Add on from our wide selection of appetizers, sides, desserts, alcohol, and more. Receive a discount on your meals by subscribing to get Venue at Home delivered every week. Visit venueathome.net to order today. That's venueathome.net.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket sports news go now.
I'm Enrique Alvarez-Clary. Nebraska football enters the heart of Big Ten play on Saturday when they head up north to the Woodshed to take on Michigan State. The Spartans' running game is led by Kenneth Walker III, who is currently leading the nation in rushing yards at 493 in 3 games, while averaging 8.6 yards per carry. Defensive coordinator Eric Chinander spoke yesterday about the challenges that Walker presents for the Blackshirts.
Obviously, he's a put together really well, explosive kid. He's going to challenge your leverage. In some of these guys, they want to get to the edge and get the ball at the field. He wants to challenge your leverage and make a cut and really go. Hasn't been a lot of single tackles on this guy, so a lot of hats need to get to the football. But obviously, he's leading the NCAA in rushing. I think he got like 9 yards to carry.
That game in East Lansing kicks off at 6 p.m. on Saturday and can be seen on FS1. Nebraska volleyball opens up conference play today with a trip to Northwestern to take on the 5-6 Wildcats. The 12th-ranked Huskers are looking to break a 3-match losing streak when the game begins at 8 p.m. The match can be seen on BTN and heard on the Huskers Radio Network. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC Studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, maybe I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez-Clary.
C is for chunk.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, Enrique Alvarez-Clary with you. Hello, Rico.
Hello.
How are we doing?
Fantastic, except your face is covered on the screen by the numbers. We're going to have to – I'll fix that camera in a second.
Oh, perfect on the by the border that we have on it. As always, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, Starter Heyman text line. Both those are open for you all show long. as well as on the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. You can check out our beautiful faces there. Our faces made for radio.
I am a handsome devil. How dare you?
Hey, you did comb your afro today.
I had to pick my hair out because I finally scheduled a haircut for tomorrow.
He's coming
I know
back.
everybody's proud of me. Everybody's very proud of me. DP can't hear me, but I know he's proud of me. Scheduled a haircut for tomorrow. I had to pick it out because it was very tangled and knotty and pretty disgusting. I picked it out. It's a lot of hair.
It's looking very full today.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm glad that you're giving me and Happer's place of
no free shoutouts
being the place of barbershop.
Yep.
You're giving them another chance.
We'll see. They canceled on me once. If they cancel on me again, never again.
We can't vouch for the guy that you signed up for. Happer and I go to the
I
same
didn't
guy.
sign up for anybody. I just put, whoever's available at 4:30.
All right. Well, all right. As always, like I said, 402-464-5685, Honda Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. Both those are open for you. First, we must get to our little bit of a game show. First text of the day.
We've got a new one, I believe.
Yeah, we've never had this one before.
Harold Spears. Am I first? Well, Harold, you are.
Congratulations.
You are first, Harold, because we had somebody text in too early, and then nobody texted after that.
That works.
So Harold just texted in. Harold's the first text of the day. Congratulations, Harold Spears. You are the winner of nothing.
Yes. So congratulations on your inaugural victory. We're also joined by Jeff from Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Jeff, how's it going, man?
It's going great. How are you guys?
Not too bad.
Fantastic.
This is awesome. Okay, we have to get to this on the text line. OG Les Lancaster says he wants to be second. Congrats, man.
You are. Congratulations.
You're second. Before we get to Jeff and we talk about Farrell's a little bit, which I'm going to be a part of, I believe, joining next month, we have to get to our final slow pitch softball review. And it's going to be just a couple minutes.
Did you ever play slow pitch?
Yeah.
I've played in one softball game in my life. I was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts.
Oh, no. What I hear...
That's my professional record.
What I hear is when you strike out, you have to buy a case of beer.
Ooh, that's a lot of beer.
That's what I hear.
This was probably like 20 some years ago.
Oh, so maybe the
rules have changed.
New rule.
Yeah. So that's my stat.
Also, you can't, so...
You're right.
Yeah,
so, but it's okay because I
you're
never strike out.
So
that's the kicker there.
Okay.
I never strike out.
Rico, did you go play last night? I heard you.
No, I offered my services, but then I got home and didn't want to go anywhere.
We didn't need you.
Didn't make the cut.
I would have helped them because apparently they needed it.
Nah, man.
No, here you go. Go tell your story.
Okay, so I told you guys we had a possible doubleheader last night, right? And at 6:15, we run ruled the team that we played 15-1. We had a walk-off homer. Also, if you did not see my tweet last night, so we hit a walk-off homer basically to, run rule the guys in like the bottom of the 5th. So imagine the south field at Holmes, okay? One of our guys, he was hitting lefty. He hit a home run to right center near the sidewalk, okay? And a guy that's walking, and I hope that guy's listening. Because
hey, random walking guy that was going by Holmes.
You were wearing a blue jacket. I can still picture you right now. You picked up our softball and you walked off with it.
Memorabilia.
No, nobody needs a softball that says our team name Orchids of Asia on it.
He's Orchids of Asia. Listen, I never knew your team name.
That's why I kept it.
Why is that your team's
I kept
name?
it a secret. I kept it a secret.
I definitely wouldn't have said that.
Either way, we yelled at you 3 times. You looked back, you showed us the softball, and you kept walking. What are you going to do with a softball?
I have a softball at home.
That's it?
Yeah. When Ellie gets old enough, we're going to toss it around.
Maybe he thought Bob Kraft was associated with this.
See?
All I'm saying is we weren't looking to just lose a softball last night, and you took our softball.
It'd be like that sometimes.
So that was kind of a weird. And here's the thing. Also, you were a little bit older, so if all 10 of us guys came charging at you, you would not have gotten away. I just hope you understand.
Seems like a threat.
I hope you understand what you did. So like I said, we run ruled the first guys. We went on to the championship. Started out well, had to put up like a 5 or 6 spot in the first inning. Unfortunately, we lost 17-16 in the championship. But I will say, I mean, you guys have caught the conversations before. We had to move down a division. We found our division for next year. It's not the hardest division. It's going to be in the second hardest
Right, you
division.
guys. You had like
So,
3 wins on the season.
2
wins on the season.
Two.
Sorry, I gave
almost
an extra one.
almost 3 if you would have been able to close out the championship. So that is the end of our slow pitch softball review. If I'm still here next year, which I'm hoping I am, we'll have it again next year.
All right.
So you had 3 wins and you're in the championship.
We had 2.
And you're in the championship.
They dropped down a division.
We dropped down a division
They were
because
bad.
we were like 1-6 or 1-5. Dropped down a division. We were the top seed, much more our skill level, and it all worked out.
With this guy.
All right, this is a good intro here. Unnamed texter on the text line 402-464-5685.
Well, not unnamed for now. For long, I'm going to name him.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah.
Perfect. He says, if you look in the mirror every day and tell yourself that you need to get back in shape, FXB is a great way to end that discussion. Cheap promo, but honest endorsement. Glad I caught the conversation here on the ticket about Rico's first few classes, and couldn't be more thankful that Jeff took my call 10 weeks ago.
Ryan.
Oh, that's awesome.
So let's just start with that. Explain for those that don't know, because without you coming on the ticket a couple weeks ago when I was still the intern, or months ago, I wouldn't know. So for those that might be just joining us, what is Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping?
So we do group fitness. We kind of specialize in our 10-week challenges, where most of the individuals that start with us maybe haven't worked out for a while. They've tried different things. They really need the accountability. So over the last 20 years, which Farrell's has been doing this for 20 years, we've just really taken 3 main principles, and that's kickboxing, strength training, and healthy eating. So we put those 3 together into our 10-week challenge. So we really created, and Rico can attest to this, kind of a team atmosphere and accountability. Like if I didn't see him in the morning, I would shoot him a message. Right?
Good deal.
Every time.
So, yes. So we have members of all different ages, fitness levels. Like I know Ryan personally, he was in pretty good shape when he started, but he did really good over his 10 weeks. So, it's not just about losing weight. Kind of our goal is to burn fat and build muscle. That's kind of what we do. So we combine that, the kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition is all part of our 3-part process, which we've been doing for 20 years, the exact same program for 20 years. And it works.
Explain it a little more in depth about, because I believe Rico was saying that some days you do strength training, some days you do kickboxing. Explain that a little bit more in depth.
Okay, so a typical week at Farrell's, we do our kickboxing workouts Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Each class is 45 minutes in length.
Of hell.
It's fun, right?
And look, at the end, it's pretty fun, but in the moment, it sucks.
I think you said now when the instructors say it's fun, I know it's not.
Yeah. See, that's the trick is when you go in there first, it's gonna the first couple of days, it's a little rough. First couple of weeks, it's a little rough, but you feel good about it. And then after that, instead of being dragged along, you feel like you're pushing yourself more.
Right.
Especially with the kickboxing is rough the first couple of weeks, because if you haven't done anything for a couple of years or you're just trying to get back into shape, it takes a lot out of you. It's a lot of body movement. It's using every single muscle. But when an instructor says, all right, now we're going to the fun stuff, just prepare your mind, because it's not fun.
But you survived.
I did.
Right?
I did. And I felt better about it.
You had a few iffy moments.
Ooh, that first day.
But
I remember that vividly.
That was you getting to your level 10.
It was.
Right? You were working hard. I mean, I don't think the class necessarily was that hard, but you're pushing yourself to work hard. So that's kind of why it's designed for everybody. No matter your age or fitness level, it's kind of your own pace. Now I might have got on Rico a little more. Just
why
that
not?
Was fun.
Trust
for
me.
And I would get on you a little more.
Good
I mean, I was smiling. I was like
thing is,
smiling
like,
before class, because I was like, "Oh, I got this."
I think I'm in the same boat as a lot of people. Like, we need that. Like, I personally know I need that.
100%.
Well, it's the accountability, and we're telling you what to do from start to finish, like the entire class. You don't have to think, well, what do I need to do now? We're telling you, grab this band, grab that band. We count all the reps for you. So we really walk you through it. So we with the strength training, we work our legs on Tuesday, arms on Thursday, Saturdays we do kind of a combo where we'll work uppers and lowers together.
Mm-hmm.
And the third piece is the nutrition. So when you start, we actually do a body composition scan for you that tells us this is what you weigh, this is your body fat percentage, this is how many pounds of muscle you have, how many pounds of fat you have, your basal metabolic rate. So we use that information to give each person kind of a customized nutrition plan where we're telling you this is how many calories you need to eat, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And it's always a really good, healthy amount of food. So we don't do, a quick fix type meal plan. Most people are most women are anywhere between like 14 to 1800 calories. I know for me, I eat about 2,500 calories,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm 180 pounds. So everybody's a little bit different. It also depends on what your goals are. Like my goal right now is just to kind of build muscle.
Mm-hmm.
But some people's goal might be to lose weight. So we can tailor your nutrition to help achieve those goals, but doing it the healthy way.
I guess so. Personally, for me, I guess we'll start with this one. When does the next 10-week challenge begin?
Begins October 2nd.
Okay.
And that is when we do a group orientation. So everybody from both gyms comes together. It's at 9 a.m. So plenty of time to get done with the orientation.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Northwestern game is a night game.
Yes.
If it was a kick at 11,
you'll be fine.
We'd be doing our orientation Friday. So I do
Perfect.
work our schedule around Nebraska games.
That's nice.
So we do before pictures next week, Thursday and Friday. And then the actual first day of classes starts on October 4th. And the 10-week challenge gets over December 11th, just in time for all those Christmas photos that most of the time you don't want to be in. You're just,
Yeah.
Or you might be out there thinking, well, I'll just wait till January. Well, there's never going to be the perfect time to start
Mm-hmm.
because, you're never going to find a 10-week block that everything's going to go perfectly. Something's going to come up.
Yep.
You might have a vacation planned. Your wife might have a baby.
Right in the middle of my
ultimate excuse.
No, right in the middle of my 10-week challenge, we changed hours here at the ticket.
Yes.
Rachel had a baby. It messed everything up,
Okay.
and I wasn't able to finish, and I feel terrible about it.
So that's a good point. And I'm curious about that too. Is obviously schedules change and people have lives and stuff happens. So are you able to go to a different class than you sign up for? Do you have to sign up for a certain time slot, or how's that work if you miss a class?
So when you enroll, you would pick the time that you feel like you could come to the most.
Okay.
But you're really open to come to any class. Our goal is to get you to the gym no matter what. Now, we also offer a virtual component. So where if you go out of town or you have a vacation planned or you're doing something over Thanksgiving, wherever you're at, you can pop open your laptop, your tablet, your iPhone, your iPad, whatever you have, your TV, smart TV at your aunt and uncle's house, and you can have the whole family do the class with you. So there's really, you have all those at your disposal. But the main thing we want is to kind of get that ball rolling. Like, so if you think of a snowball going down a mountain, as it goes down, it gains steam and it gets bigger and bigger. Once it hits a rock and you lose your momentum, you have to start over again. So that's why we really feel, and Farrell's in general feel, that 10 weeks it's a long time, but that's really what it takes to get your mind right and create all those new habits of just being healthy and working out. I mean, you don't see a lot of bodybuilders at Farrell's, right? You just see normal people like myself, that are just there to be healthy. I talked to a story, Casey, who worked out with you, Rico.
My guy, shout out Casey. He works at Huddle. That's my guy. I went in there not knowing a single person outside of Jeff, and me and Casey were doing the 8:30 class
8:30,
together, and we got pretty close. Unfortunately, I didn't get his number, which is sad, but we were pretty close, and then I had to switch hours. But shout out my guy Casey. I hope everything went well for him.
Well, his blood pressure medication, they cut it by 75%. Like,
that's what he was looking for,
right?
That's what he was looking for.
Yeah, after 5 weeks.
That's awesome.
It's just really changing your mindset and how you look at food and nutrition. So we're just there to help you, and we struggle like everyone else. I mean, there isn't a day goes by that especially when I leave that Yankee Ridge gym where I'm looking at Runza,
just right there,
and
teasing you.
Freddy's and Amigos. Like, it's all just right there. Like,
depending on which way you go, Chick-fil-A, like everything is all right there.
Everything's right there. Should I go through a drive-through or should I go home and have a turkey sandwich? Right. So I go through those struggles. And that's why I've been with Farrell's for 13 years, is because I still need people to help me along. Because if I was just on my own, I still can't do it. After 13 years, you would think, oh, you're a gym owner, you can just do it on your own. I can't. If I'm not around, like when we go on vacation, I eat like it's my last days on earth. Right. I just need those. I need the camaraderie, the group atmosphere, the team atmosphere, the accountability to help me to this day. And that's why we've had members that have been with us in Lincoln since it opened in 2009. Just because it's a fun workout and you're meeting, like, some of our best friends are people that we met through Farrell's, and a lot of our members will tell you that also.
Yeah, and you guys can send in your questions for Jeff. We're talking to Jeff from Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping here in Lincoln. Their 10-week challenge is starting up on October 2nd. So go ahead and send in any questions you have. We have a couple here. First one, how much money does it cost for the 10-week challenge?
Great question. So the 10-week challenge for all ticket listeners, it'll be $224.50. So it's really about $350 per class. And there's nothing else to buy. You get
that's a good way to break it down. Yeah.
It's 60 classes that you get.
You get your own gloves, your own boxing gloves. You get hand wraps.
Right. So that you get all the nutrition. So if you think about, if you add all that stuff up, like what it would cost if you just did things individually, it's a really, really good deal. So it's normally $449, but for the ticket listeners, you get half off. So $224.50.
Perfect. And so personally for me, I struggle just eating well or finding out portions and stuff. So all that you guys help out with not necessarily portion, but just some tips on how to eat better, what to eat, and stuff like that.
Yes. We have our members fill out food logs.
Cool.
And then we'll look them over to see, because I mean, it's hard. It's just, you got to allow yourself to be a beginner. We're not asking you to be Emerald, right?
Perfect.
When you start, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, I like to eat the same foods. So if I can find foods that I like that fit into my macros, that's what I'm going to eat every day. And some people, like, my wife, Nicole, she likes to experiment, make different things and stuff like that. But the cool thing is you're in a community where we have a kind of a private Facebook group that has all of our 10-week challengers, all of our coaches, all of our instructors. We have certified nutritionists that instruct for us that are on that page. So there's just a wealth of information that you could say, hey, what do you guys normally eat for lunch? And you'll get 10, 15 people commenting, this is what I ate.
You'll get the comments on what it's called. You'll get pictures of what it looks like. If you ask them, they'll give you recipes and where they get all this stuff, how much it costs to get all this stuff. Like it is very helpful. And I use a couple of those and it's delicious. Although, I cut out some of the vegetables on some of them because, not a big vegetable guy, but still delicious.
Well, and I eat like a toddler. So toddler meaning very simple ingredients, like 1, 2, 3 things on my plate. So I can relate to a lot of the guys that that we like to eat like a toddler.
I'm gonna eat chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. That's
Rico's texted me the first week. Can I have?
And it's very helpful because I'm texting him saying like, hey, can I like put these like things together, or would this be good like macro wise with this and this? And he's like, you could do this, or you could substitute this for this. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And like he's giving me tips and tricks on how to eat better, and it was really helpful.
And I think that's a big part of it because, I mean, obviously, just from what I'm hearing, and I'm sure I'll experience this here soon, it's that team atmosphere, like you were saying, and that's something that I think a lot of people are starving for without knowing it,
right?
Because they go to a gym like anywhere else, and they're walking on a treadmill or they're lifting by themselves. It's hard to stay motivated, especially if you're early in the morning. I mean, I can personally attest to that. And so I've had many failed attempts of trying to get back into shape on my own. So that's where I think the team atmosphere is huge. We have a couple more texts here. what time are the classes? I know there's a lot of options, and I know that you have a couple locations. So give us the breakdown on that.
All right. So we have 2 locations. One is on South 77th and Pioneers behind Momo's. So everybody kind of knows where Momo's is at. Class times for there, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 9:15, 12:15, 5 p.m., and 6 p.m. Our other gym is over by Super Target on South 40th and Yankee Hill. And class times there, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, 8:30, and we have a 4:30 p.m. and a 5:30 p.m.
Awesome.
And then we also have the at-home option, which is kind of like Farrell's on demand, that you can do that at any time. So there's 10 different class times to choose from.
Awesome. And then we'll give you one more question here before we let you go. Somebody asks, do I need to sign up before October 2nd or do I just show up?
Oh, no, you would want to enroll before October 2nd. You guys can actually, you can send me a text message. My direct number is 402-310-4026. And I can send you the enrollment link, the promo code. You can also go to our website at fxblincoln.com and just submit an info request. Make sure you put on there that you heard me on the ticket, and that way I kind of know where I'm going before I reach out to you.
And what is that promo code again?
The ticket.
Boom.
Isn't that original?
It is.
Yeah.
Hey, it works.
It's awesome. And I'll say it again. I've said it before. It's awesome how accessible it seems like you guys are and willing to help with, I mean, because like, I'm sure I'll be texting you and saying, hey man, what can I eat here? Cause I'm starving and I'm tired of whatever I've been having. So I love how accessible you guys are.
Well, this is my wife and I, Nicole, we're the owners here. We've been here since 2018. Before that, we owned a Farrell's location in Altoona, Iowa. So we've been at this for owners for over 8 years. We've had over 3,000 people that have come through Farrell's under our watch. This is all we do. We don't have another job. Maybe I can be a fill-in on this show sometimes, but
You can come in whenever you want.
I'll tell you what, this is what we do. We just have a passion for helping people. And, once you get to know me and Nicole, like, so we're normal people that, like, for me personally, when I started Farrell's, I was 240 pounds and I was 48% body fat, which is really high for a guy. Almost everybody that starts Farrell's was in better shape than I was. And I got denied life insurance at age 30. I needed to do something. And here I am 13 years later, went from a 10-week challenger to a coach to an instructor to an owner.
That's really awesome, Jeff. Jeff from Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. One more time, give us that phone number.
402-310-4026. And that is my direct cell number.
Awesome. So make sure you contact him. Once again, promo code the ticket. It'll be $224.50.
$224.50.
Normally $449. So you're getting a heck of a deal. Mention the ticket and we'll be able to get you quite a bit off that 10-week challenge. Jeff, appreciate it as always.
You can also win $1,000.
Yes, there's an incentive. Explain that real quick.
I love how you buried that one. I was waiting for you to mention it.
Explain that.
I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah, no, explain that real quick.
So we take before and after photos, and then each 10-week challenge, we give away $1,000 to the best transformation.
So it's not the most like weight loss necessarily or anything like that. It's the best overall transformation.
The best transformation. Yep.
Good deal. Awesome. Jeff, thank you, man.
Thanks, guys.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it next week. Once again, Jeff from Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. I'll get his number here and I'll get it to you guys after the break once again. When we come back, we'll be joined by Aaron Sorensen of Hale Varsity to preview Huskers and Michigan State next on the Happy Hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Expecting sunny skies and a beautiful start to the fall season. We'll top out at 73, a light south wind at around 10. Clear tonight and cool with a low down to 46. More of the same tomorrow. Will be mostly sunny with a high near 80. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstorats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
The weather has changed, and now it's time to adjust your footwear to change along with it. Stop into Brown's Shoe Fit at 66th and Q to get ready for cooler temperatures and fashion trends. They're stocked with Hey Dudes, Brooks, New Balance, Danner boots, Keen or Merrill hiking boots, and plenty of other options. Plus, they have Nordic beach jackets and Bindle tumblers to take to the gym with your new athletic shoes. So get to Brown's Shoe Fit today at 66th and Q.
The decision to replace your air conditioner will save or waste money for 15 to 20 years. Bryant offers some of the most efficient ACs available, up to 26 year. Schedule your free estimate at BryantLincoln.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here. In 2013, I first came across Koppel Chevrolet DMC in Louisville, and I've been a customer ever since. What's kept me coming back to Koppel is the people. Oftentimes, owner Bob Koppel and his son Brandon are right there with you in the showroom, walking you through the process. There's no runaround at Koppel. It's a hardworking Nebraska company built on honest, small-town values. So make that short drive to Louisville or visit them online at koppelcars.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill has been your go-to in South Lincoln for years, and their second location in downtown Lincoln is now open. Rosie's downtown spot is Lincoln's premier Nebraska party bar with the Sidetrack Band every Friday night of home games and all day for Nebraska home football games. With 34 TVs that are 65 inches or bigger, you'll always have a great view for all the games. Make sure to check out the new Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, now open in downtown Lincoln at 10th and P.
We're gonna eat pizza from Casey's and watch the football games. Yeah, enjoy the season with delicious Casey's pizza. 2 tasty pizzas for big game days.
Now at Casey's, you can get 2 large single-topping pizzas with delicious made-from-scratch dough for $9.99 each with promo code DOUBLE.
Casey's here for good. Yeah.
Nguyen Vape is celebrating their grand opening with 20% off products all month long. They have the largest disposable vape selection in town and also carry Delta 8 and Delta 10 and various other moon rocks. If you're looking for help to relax, sleep, or ease pain, they have a variety of gummies you can choose from and Kratom that could help with pain relief, anxiety, and stress. You can't miss them right on the southwest corner of 27th and O Street. Nguyen Vape, your headquarters in Lincoln for vapes and Delta 8 or 10.
Now back to the happy hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on the happy hour, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, Enrique Alvarez Clary with you. Thanks again to Jeff of Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping for stopping by. I'm excited to get rolling. Look better in my clothes, maybe fit into some shirts that
that was my want to when I started. I was like, I just want my shirts to be a little looser and I want my pants to fit a little bit better. Yeah. And I got through 5 weeks before the hour changed and the kid came along, and it was, my shirts were looser, except for in the arms because I was getting swole, and my pants were fitting better around the waist. So it works, and I only made it through 5 weeks. I'm going to continue as a fit member though, for a while and see how it goes.
And that's what I was thinking about also when I was deciding whether or not I wanted to try this 10-week challenge. Is if you break it down, it's actually cheaper than most gym memberships. So month to month, it's a lot easier with that team atmosphere. So Jeff's number, once again, I'll throw it out there, 402-310-4026. Once again, mention the ticket. You'll get almost half price off of that 10-week challenge. We are now joined on the Honda of Lincoln hotline by Aaron Sorensen of Hale Varsity. Aaron, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. Excited for this weekend against Michigan State. Obviously, we'll start here with the running backs. It's kind of the biggest storyline this week now with Gabe Ervin, obviously out for the season after he had surgery. How do you assess, just a general question, how do you assess the running back room as a whole now?
Yeah, I mean, the good news is Nebraska has seen a lot of good things from other running backs on this team. Obviously, Ramir Johnson had a great day against Oklahoma. I guess great is relative, but I thought he had a really, really strong day. In fact, Coach Held said that the reason that they left him in was and didn't get other players in wasn't because there was anything necessarily wrong with any of the players that could have gone in, like Marquise Stepp or anything. They just felt that Rahmir was in a rhythm, and why pull somebody out that, is doing well. But we've seen some really great things from Marquise Stepp. We've seen some great things from Savion Morris. And obviously they said both Scott and Yant, our options, have been working their way into that lineup. So the depth is certainly there. Some of it's unproven, but I think if you are Coach Held going into Michigan State, you have to feel pretty good about the fact that you've sort of battle tested Rahmir Johnson, Marquise Stepp, and Savion Morrison. So yeah, you're without Gabe Ervin Jr., who would definitely be a help, but you're not without anyone, and that depth is certainly going to pay off right now more than ever.
I guess let's stay on the offensive side of the ball for a moment. Nebraska, they had both Austin Allen and Vokalek out there on Saturday against Oklahoma. Do you feel like with those two guys out there, is Saturday's offensive performance and the way that Scott Frost called the plays and kind of handled the offensive situation, is that what we've been kind of waiting on this whole season? Is that what we can expect going forward as long as those two guys are in, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I mean, I think this offense, well, obviously Scott Frost has said, they want to get the best players on the field. That's really the ultimate goal. But to the point where they've, you could potentially see 4 tight ends on the field at one time, especially to help alleviate some of the pressure on that offensive line. But, Travis Vokalek and Austin Allen are both incredibly talented players, and they definitely make this offense more dynamic. They give Adrian Martinez more options and also more height. And when you are going into Big Ten, especially into Big Ten play, that's going to be valuable. You have to have options to really stretch defenses. And so as long as they can stay healthy, Austin Allen and Travis Vokalek just add a different layer to Nebraska's offense that when they're not available, you see how much more difficult it becomes. So fingers crossed, knock on wood, they both can stay healthy and stay in there. But when they are, they're difference makers.
We're speaking to Aaron Sorensen of Hail Varsity. Aaron, more on the pass catchers. Omar Manning and Xavier Betts. We saw kind of, I don't know if we're going to say a breakout game for Xavier Betts. He had a touchdown last season, but he beat an Oklahoma defender down the field, and we saw that beautiful deep ball from Adrian Martinez, and Omar Manning finally got the monkey off his back and scored a touchdown as a Husker. With those two out there, are we going to see more from them, or at least more of them on the field against Michigan State?
It's hard to say against Michigan State, but I think the hope is definitely that you will. Xavier is showing what I think so many of us saw from him in high school. That was something that he's a big-bodied receiver, and when he gets going, he can be tough to defend. And same thing with Omar. Now, Omar obviously was a good example of never really judging a situation until you fully understand what's going on. This week he shared that he really struggled with his mental health over the last year. And that was something that Nebraska sports psychology and Scott Frost were able to get him the help that he needed. And while Scott Frost would have loved to be able to play him sooner, it was something that, from a physical standpoint, yeah, you'd love to get him out there, but you don't want to push somebody beyond what they're capable of in that moment. And I think it was just a really good reminder that we don't know always what's going on behind the scenes with somebody. So from everything he said, he's doing well. And if he can keep on that path and keep, feeling as good as he can and be in a good mental headspace, I think this last week against Oklahoma was a step in a really strong direction for him. But, Xavier is showing us what we thought we'd see, and Omar, people have just been excited to see him get action. So hopefully he can keep building on that, because like you said, it was definitely getting that moment that he needed, that touchdown. So hopefully I think you build confidence when you keep them in there. So hopefully if Michigan State doesn't present something they're not expecting, hopefully you see more of them.
Aaron, this team isn't really necessarily one that takes pride in moral victories. I mean, they've been saying it all week, how they're tired of being this close and they want to get over that hump. I mean, you and I were both down in Norman. We kind of felt that atmosphere and stuff. What does a game like last Saturday against Oklahoma, despite it being a loss, how does a game like that in that environment prepare them for Michigan State this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, Michigan State's a night game, and Nebraska hasn't had a whole lot of night games, and that obviously presents presents its challenges as far as keeping those players, loose and ready to go all day long, especially when they're used to playing early in the day. I think Oklahoma, despite being technically a noon Eastern game, but at 11 a.m. kick, it provided that big time atmosphere that, was definitely a positive to have heading into a week like Michigan State. Michigan State's 20th in the country, deserves to be so. They want to have a tough environment. Although I will say, Prista made the comment that like Michigan State's environment is tough, but like they just don't have as many fans as Nebraska, which was quite the quote from a punter. But I mean, they have an environment that's going to test Nebraska, and so I think having that Oklahoma game is going to prove to be valuable in the long run. Now, like you said, they're over moral victories. At some point, those like coulda, shoulda, woulda have to be we did. And they're so close, but now it's really a matter of can they sincerely turn that corner? Because it feels like for everything they're telling us, we're so close. We're tired of being close. We want to be beyond it. Well, Michigan State certainly provides that opportunity. They've been battle tested, but this is going to be another test, and you kind of have to leave it all out there.
We're speaking to Aaron Sorensen of Hail Varsity. Aaron, I know for at least 2 weeks, Connor Happer on these very airwaves has been saying that Nebraska has been transforming and beginning to look more like a Big Ten West team in terms of, sticking to the run, even though it's not working, defense that can stop the run and limiting turnovers. Is that something that you're seeing with this team? And do you think that, since we haven't seen it against a Big Ten opponent yet, they did it against Oklahoma and it seemed to be pretty successful. Do you think that they can put up that kind of performance against a Big Ten team who has more size than an Oklahoma?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be tough. The thing is I will say Connor's not wrong. Against Oklahoma, I remember sitting in the press box this last Saturday, and it's hard to explain, but it was like this first moment where in like the last decade, I was like, wow, Nebraska is a Big Ten team. And I didn't mean that like I haven't realized over the last decade that Nebraska has been playing Big Ten teams and is in this other conference, but it was just seeing Nebraska against Oklahoma and watching how they game plan, especially the thing that the Big Ten teams do as well is limit possessions. And that was something that Scott Frost went into this matchup with Oklahoma saying we're going to limit possessions. Now, if you do that, you also have to be able to score when you have it because you don't have many possessions. But that is a very typical Big Ten thing to do. And the difference is Michigan State, Michigan, Ohio State, Wisconsin, all of these teams in the Big Ten know how to play this ball game. It's a different thing than playing Oklahoma, who plays a different style of ball to a degree. So Michigan State is going to be a different test in that way, where it's like, all right, what you showed that you can do against Oklahoma, do it again, but now do it against somebody who knows how to play that game. It's going to be a challenge. I don't think Oklahoma was easy, but I certainly don't think Michigan State is going to be easy to replicate that. You're going to have to really stick to the plan even when it gets tough.
We're speaking to Aaron Sorensen of Hail Varsity here on the Happy Hour. Aaron, a couple more here before we let you go. Coming into the season, it was kind of a common thought that Cam Taylor-Britt was definitely the best player on this defense, if not on this team. Through 4 games, is he still the best? Has he had the best season on defense, or would you give that title to somebody else through 4 games at least?
That's a great question. It's hard to say because I know the coaches have said, you have to separate Cam, like the returner, from Cam, the defensive player. Exactly. And that is really how they've been approaching it, is that one does not equal the other. I don't think this has been Cam's best year so far. It's obviously we're only a third or a fourth of the. My math is so bad. The fact that I'm sitting here, I'm like, is it a third or a fourth? We're 4 games through the season. We're going into game 5. He has plenty of games left to turn things around and play to, I'd say, the level people have expected of him. I'm sure there's a lot going on. When things get tough, it can be difficult for any player to sort of get themselves out of those valleys. And I don't think he's particularly played poorly. I just think what's happening is people are recognizing, I'm talking about Cam, the defensive player. I'm separating it from returning. I think he just hasn't played to the level that people are used to over the last couple of years. And I think that's where there's been some, what's going on? I'm not yet ready to say that it's, he's not living up to what he can. We'll see how things go through Big Ten play. I think he still has a ton of potential, but I mean, you're looking at guys like Quentin Newsome, and they're making cases for themselves. So they're going to keep pushing him. And I think, at the end of the day, that's what somebody like Travis Fisher wants, is he wants a room of competitors. And so, maybe it's tough for Cam right now, and maybe those younger players are pushing him, but I actually don't think that's a bad thing. A little adversity never hurt anyone.
Yeah, last one before we let you go. We're talking to Aaron Sorensen of Hail Varsity. On Saturday, when Nebraska matches up with Michigan State, what is the key for Nebraska to get it done? Because obviously there's that main conversation of the offensive line needs to hold up, or they need to stop Kenneth Walker III, who is leading the country in yards per carry. What is the biggest key, or I guess question mark, heading into Saturday for Nebraska?
I have to say it's the two obvious ones for me, is what's going to happen with that offensive line and special teams. I think the defense has shown that it's going to bend, but it hasn't broken yet. And so they're probably going to get tested against Walker. He's going to put them through it, but they have shown that they can hold up. They don't break. They might bend, but they're not going to necessarily break. The areas that are concerning is, can the offensive line create enough push for Nebraska's run game to get going? Because that is something that they're not going to be able to withstand this Big Ten schedule if they can't get the ground game going. So that's going to really start with the offensive line. They cannot rely on Adrian Martinez to continue to run the ball quite like he has. It's going to get him injured, or it's going to ultimately be all teams do. Target Adrian Martinez, you take the run game away, and that's it. You force him then to beat you with his arm. And so the offensive line is a big question mark for me, but then special teams. Nebraska's left a lot of points on the field with special teams. Now, I agree with everyone who said it's not all Culp. Like, blaming Culp entirely for everything is sort of short-sighted. He certainly has had his errors, but it goes well beyond that. It's the number of special teams issues there have been, the issues that have led to opponents getting points. So Nebraska really needs to clean up special teams and really needs that offensive line to evolve quickly, because if those two areas continue to struggle, that's going to lose you ball games that maybe you had a chance to win. And I think that was one where, when you talk about turning that corner, Oklahoma felt like you could have won it if some of those areas had just held up a little bit better.
Yeah, awesome stuff as always, Aaron. We appreciate the time. We'll talk to you next week. Enjoy Michigan State on Saturday.
I will. I've not been, so I'm excited to see East Lansing.
Enjoy the woodshed.
Yeah. Which how do you feel about the woodshed being named the woodshed?
I like honestly didn't even think about that until I started seeing them tweeting about it. And was like, what? So I mean, it's aggressive. That's quite I think it's funny that Mel Tucker also basically challenged Nebraska fans to show up. So
yeah, bold move there by Mel.
At the woodshed was
awesome. Thank you, Aaron. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Thank you.
That is Aaron Sorensen of Hail Varsity joining us on Wednesdays, as she will every Wednesday. So let's take the woodshed. Mel Tucker, man, the last time he challenged, taking chances,
did not well.
It did go okay.
Stadium wise, didn't go very well.
Yeah, attendance wise, it did not go well. All right, let's take one final timeout. We'll wrap up Wednesday's show next.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The decision to replace your air conditioner will save or waste money for 15 to 20 years. Bryant offers some of the most efficient ACs available, up to 26 year. Schedule your free estimate at BryantLincoln.com.
Nguyen Vape is celebrating their grand opening with 20% off products all month long. They have the largest disposable vape selection in town and also carry Delta 8 and Delta 10 and various other moon rocks. If you're looking for help to relax, sleep, or ease pain, they have a variety of gummies you can choose from and Kratom that could help with pain relief, anxiety, and stress. You can't miss them right on the southwest corner of 27th and O Street. Nguyen Vape, your headquarters in Lincoln for vapes and Delta 8 or 10.
Hi, Sean Callahan here. In 2013, I first came across Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville, and I've been a customer ever since. What's kept me coming back to Koppel is the people. Oftentimes, owner Bob Koppel and his son Brandon are right there with you in the showroom, walking you through the process. There's no runaround at Koppel. It's a hardworking Nebraska company built on honest, small-town values. So make that short drive to Louisville or visit them online at koppelcars.com.
Tailgating is back, and Sartor Heyman Jewelers is offering a deal that'll really fire you up. Receive a free Traeger grill with a purchase of $2,500 or more. Take advantage of interest-free financing with no money down. Sartor Heyman has dazzling jewelry in every price range, so buy her the diamonds she's been dreaming of and get instantly rewarded with a free Traeger grill. Offer ends soon, so hurry in and get them while they're hot. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, a Nebraska tradition since 1905.
93.7 The Ticket is hiring. We're looking for a highly confident, driven, and energetic individual to join our team as a sales executive. You can begin your exciting career in sports radio at a locally owned independent station and work closely with our crew of on-air personalities. If you enjoy meeting new people and working with them to solve their marketing needs, this could be the job for you. Head to theticketfm.com for the complete job description and instructions on how you can apply. 93.7 The Ticket and BDP Communications is an equal opportunity employer.
If you're struggling to get motivated to work out, you're not alone. And Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is here to help. Build muscle, burn fat, and lose weight with Farrell's 10-week challenge starting October 2nd. Farrell's combines kickboxing with inclusive strength training and nutrition planning to help you stay on track. Go to fxblincoln.com to sign up, and if you mention the ticket, you'll get a 50% discount. It's the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-week challenge starting October 2nd with 2 locations in Lincoln.
Flying high at 2-0. And Sunday, the Broncos come home to ground the Jets. Join Dave Logan, Rick Lewis, and Susie Warchin from Empower Field at Mile High for the home opener.
He's got something there, and something needs to catch.
On the KOA Broncos Radio Network.
Century Electric is now hiring for experienced licensed electricians. This position will serve around the Lincoln area on both commercial and residential jobs. Century Electric is well established with 40 years in operation and offers a substantial hiring bonus as well as tons of benefits. For more information or to apply, go online to centuryelectric.com and click the careers tab or call them at 402-467-5550. Come work for a great company today with Century Electric, whose commitment is always to their customers.
Now back to the happy hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here one final time on the happy hour, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, Enrique Alvarez Clary with you. Shout out industry, baby. Always. No free shout outs. Special thanks to Aaron Sorensen and Jeff Esnick from Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Make sure you contact him. Go online, go on their website to start the 10-week challenge.
You can join Nick.
You darn right. I don't know what time I'm going yet. Also, I don't know which location I'm going at because right now I live on 40th and Yankee Hill, but I will be moving in about a week and a half to right near the station, actually. So,
well, then you can go to the other one by Momo's.
That's tough.
I go to the Yankee Hill one because that was the only one that fit my time frame, but
yeah,
I might go to the one by Momo's because it's closer to here and it's not as much of a drive from where I currently live.
I hear you. So,
it's nice. I lived it out there.
Yeah, special thanks once again, Aaron Sorensen of Hale Varsity and Jeff at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Okay, we have a couple minutes left. I want to get your thoughts on this, Rico. Have you seen the stuff going on with the Chicago Bears in the last couple of days? As in naming a starting quarterback.
Yeah,
and
like
and
Andy.
all that.
Yeah, like Andy Dalton got hurt, and
Yep.
then Justin Fields came in and he played pretty good. And
yeah,
now Matt Nagy says Justin Fields is the quarterback until Andy Dalton is healthy again. In which point Andy Dalton is back to being the starter.
Mm-hmm. So today they named Justin Fields. Yeah, the starter. I don't know if I mentioned this to you yesterday, Rico, but Matt Nagy was asked about, hey, is Justin Fields the starter?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I don't want to talk about scheme right now.
That's not a scheme.
And he goes, the reporter was like, that's not scheme. And he goes, yes, it is. Of course it is. It's 100% scheme. So then today they named Justin Fields the starter until Andy Dalton comes back. I mean, he's still the starter.
It might be scheme because you're definitely not going to run the same offense you run with Andy Dalton that you're going to run with Justin Fields. So I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we all know that Andy Dalton is hurt and it's
bad.
And it's not like you're going to start whoever was third string over Justin Fields. So I don't know.
Is Nick Foles there?
Maybe. I don't know where he's at. He moves around so much.
Why do I feel like Nick Foles is with the
Where's
Bears?
Gardner Minshew? He got traded.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew's with
Washington?
No.
I'll look that one up.
Nick,
you look up.
I think he is. I think he is with Washington.
Is he?
Nick Foles is with Chicago, though.
Okay.
So you're starting Justin Fields over Nick Foles, which is Nick Foles. I don't think he's good. He won that one
Gardner
Super
Minshew's
Bowl.
in Philly.
Philly, that's right.
You're in the right division. NFC
Yeah,
East.
yeah, you're right. I don't think Foles is good. Like, he won a Super Bowl, but then he went down to Jacksonville, finessed the Jaguars.
People forget Nick Foles also had like a 7-touchdown game before he won the Super Bowl.
You're right.
That was with Chip Kelly in Philly.
Chip Kelly in Philly.
People forget that. People forget
Let's
Nick
see.
Foles had like a 7-touchdown game.
Hold on, I'm trying to find his stats. Okay, there they are. All right, Nick Foles stats. He won't have any from this year.
No,
but he'll have
haven't
them.
played.
Okay.
How does Jags game go?
Okay, let's go. Jacksonville
Jags years?
Jaguars. 4 games
For Nick
started,
Foles.
77 of 117, 736 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, was sacked 8 times. Fumbled twice. Lost both of them. So
yeah, Nick Foles had 7 touchdowns for Philadelphia back on November 3rd, 2013.
Geez. Okay. Yeah. 2013. He had a heck of a year.
Yeah, he did.
started 10 games. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he's just washed. He had 27 touchdowns and 2 picks.
He's not good.
Yeah, he's still butt. He's bad. This year, 2020 with the Bears, started 7 games, 10 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, was sacked 18 times. So maybe he's washed. No
Nick
more
Foles.
fools.
It's all right.
Justin Thind of 24/7 Sports out in East Lansing will join us tomorrow, breaking down the Spartans. I'm really interested to get his perspective on Nebraska's perception, the perception of Nebraska around the country, and I think I want to do that. When we have these people on from whoever Nebraska's playing, because we obviously are kind of in our little box of how we feel like Nebraska is.
We are in the thick of it.
And I asked Chris Plank at Oklahoma when I met him over the weekend about what his perception, and it kind of seems to be a recurring theme of Nebraska's just not there yet, but people on the outside think it's on trending upward. So we'll talk to him of Justin of 24/7 tomorrow. That is all for today. We'll keep previewing Michigan State. One-on-one is next. See ya.
Adios.
Talk to your local Landmark CTS about John Deere planter